For those of you that haven't heard about this yet, there is a typo here. I just found about 20 minutes ago when I was practicing. It's actually environment, social, and governance, not sustainability, although sustainability probably would fit too. And I like to dub this as for those who want even longer audit reports. Basically, what's coming is, and you can look at these slides of what this is. Basically, what's happened is over in Europe, primarily due to an increased emphasis on the social and the socioeconomic environmental impact that companies are having on the world. They are starting to require, in Europe, they're already requiring it. In the US, it's coming. They're requiring a special section of the audit report that includes basically how every company is impacting the environment, as well as how the environment is impacting the company, how the company is dealing with social issues and addressing its social relationships, and the entire governance of the organization and what they're failing at, what they're doing great at. And this is a qualitative and quantitative analysis. For those of you that have ever seen a MD&A report or a major discussion and analysis report that you see on some governmental audits and sometimes in nonprofits, it's similar to that except for dealing with ESG. On the international side over in Europe, this is a required report. I believe it's for companies over 200 employees. They have some level of compliance with this. On the US side, it is on its way. The SEC during 2022 here proposed additions to the annual reports that are going to include a lot of this ESG documentation. It's currently out for comments right now, but frankly, I did brief training on this about a month ago, and they were saying that most of the comments that have come back have been in favor of adoption of this, and so it's actually just fleshing out exactly what it's going to look like from a reporting standpoint. So if it's at the SEC, we probably got 3 to 5 years before our local companies, our non-public companies are going to be seeing the same thing. One other point with this is I wouldn't be shocked. I won't bet money on it because I'm not a betting guy, but I wouldn't be shocked if we see that companies that are deemed at risk or high risk for certain ESG things, think fossil fuels, think maybe mining companies, think anything dealing with, especially on the environmental end of things, or dealing with third world countries or those kind of things. There's going to be reporting requirements with this. Banks are already starting to look at this from the social credit score perspective, and this is all feeding into the idea of a social credit score existing. And so don't be surprised that even if there isn't specific gap guidance on this, that we're going to start seeing this. Banks might be starting to push for this in a few years. It's not coming yet. Even the SEC, they're not pushing for this till 24, 25 at the absolute earliest for some of this, and it's like a 3 to 5 year adoption plan. So I wouldn't be surprised though by 24, 25, 26, if maybe even some of our I'll say quote unquote higher risk from that perspective might start seeing some pushback on this or require some level of disclosure on this. So exciting note to leave on is the idea that our audit reports might get even bigger.